in like however many years. It definitely takes the pressure off. And honestly, I think, yeah, it's a reason. You're playing the top 8 in the world.
That'll do very well. Thank you very much for the defending champion.
What a week it has been, with Coco Gauff making an incredible comeback that has the WTA world in a frenzy following a difficult early loss that many were quick to dispute. It was evident what Sabalenka's camp and others were trying to say. Coco Gauff had finished the competition. However, Coco has disproved everyone with an incredible display of fortitude. She made a remarkable comeback, startling Jasmine Paolini with 2 consecutive sets of 63 and 62. Everyone was on the edge of their seats during the performance. You can't help but wonder how Sabalenka feels as she watches this, as Coco has fully flipped the tide in her favor. Is she beginning to worry? Let's examine how Coco Gauff has reversed the situation and the implications for the remainder of the competition. But before you do, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so you never miss a video.
Good stuff from Coco to get the hold for 1-all.
After the loss, Coco Gauff acknowledged that she was experiencing pressure, but she made it plain that she would not allow that bad energy to rule her. Rather, she grabbed control of the game, changed the course of events, and delivered a strong message. Everyone, notably Aryna Sabalenka, will find her to be a formidable opponent. The stakes are extremely high when Sabalenka takes on Jessica Pegula. After one defeat, Sabalenka might see Pegula emerge as the new frontrunner. Sabalenka is under a great deal of pressure. Even if she defeats Pegula, she will still have to contend with Coco Gauff, who has already demonstrated that she is back to her best. The heat is undoubtedly on, and it's a true test for Sabalenka. Coco set the tone right away, scoring a string of points and taking the lead. Her timing was impeccable, her footwork was deft, and she consistently took calculated positions to dominate the middle of the court. She increased pressure by stepping in and packing the net, forcing Paolini to make snap decisions that made it easier to attack. Coco continued to select her places and find the holes as the cross-court progressed. Clinical, calm, and quite outstanding.
And interesting.
Coco showed even more strength in the second set, pushing the ball harder and leaving nothing behind. She threw herself into some fierce rallies. However, the result was always the same regardless of how hard Paolini battled. Gauff's advantage. The most remarkable thing was how Paolini was forced to play on the back foot by Coco's constant pressure. Paolini was nearly besieged in her own half at one point, when Coco made a superb move to free up the court for a game-winning strike by feinting right and then playing left. It was a masterclass in accuracy and control. Paolini was unable to establish a rhythm in the second set. She struggled to keep up with Coco Gauff's unrelenting speed, and even though she won the first point, she soon fell behind. Paolini was unable to match Gauff's intensity at every rally, despite her best efforts. Paolini was always on the defense due to Coco's overpowering movement, accuracy, and pressure. Paolini appeared to lose confidence as Gauff controlled the pace, forcing her opponent to retreat more and farther. It was obvious that Coco had gained control, and Paolini was powerless to react as the set swiftly escaped her grasp. Now that Coco Gauff has established the tone, the true rivalry can start. Even though Sabalenka is feeling the heat, she and her team are focused on stopping Coco. They appear to be using off-court pressure as a tactic to try to get inside Gauff's head. But as everyone knows, that strategy is not likely to succeed. Not just Sabalenka is creating a stir this time. Her performance coach has also taken the initiative, boldly asserting that they will rule the competition, even defeating Gauff and completing what they began. Even though Sabalenka's team is applying more pressure, Coco might not be distracted by these subtle attacks. Jason Stacy, Sabalenka's performance coach, recently discussed how the team's defeat to Coco Gauff has ignited a new fire. He characterized her as a fighter who, after losing, became an unrelenting competitor motivated by the need to exact revenge. Sabalenka has been working with great concentration and unyielding commitment, totally devoted to regaining her position at the top, Stacy stressed. She is determined to defeat her fiercest opponent, Coco Gauff, and she is not giving up. Sabalenka is obviously more focused than ever and won't let up until she wins.
in a performer is that she always had that fire in her. She was always a fighter, right? She was like this, just ran off emotion and survival mode, and she could just go, go, go. And this is what we always talk about, that difference between like
Jason Stacy didn't hold back and went even farther, calling Sabalina's present state of mind a mission of resurrection. She is more disciplined and dedicated than ever, he underlined, devoted to regaining her supremacy in the sport. Stacy boldly declared that Sabalenka intends to make a strong statement against Coco Gauff, implying that she will dominate her on the court. But his remarks came across as a little contemptuous of Gauff, suggesting that Sabalenka's prior defeat was only the result of her poor performance. This story downplays Coco's talent and diligence while ignoring the labor that went into her well-deserved triumph.
she was showing that, yeah, I'm still a fighter. I mean, she was showing up week after week, knowing that she was going to completely just embarrass herself. Double faults, breaking records on all the worst records you could break, but she still kept showing up. The humility, like the frustration, it didn't stop her. She just kept going, even though she didn't have the answer. She was digging and trying, but she had that something inside of her that allowed her to show up and keep going. Which is great. That's more like that young, emotional fighter. Just go bang your head against the wall, just keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
We can't forget what happened the last time Sabalenka met Coco Gauff in the Australian Open final. Despite her coach's audacious claims, Sabalenka regretted her choice to take on the youthful sensation. With a thrilling final triumph, Gauff ended Sabalenka's remarkable winning run with unrelenting tenacity. Sabalenka was devastated by the loss and astounded by Coco's tenacity. Furthermore, it's obvious that history might very well repeat itself given what Gauff did only hours earlier. In Coco Gauff, Sabalenka might encounter the same resolute, inexorable force once more. Sabalenka became enraged immediately following the game. She lost control in the tunnel and, in a fit of rage, destroyed her racket. She was obviously unhappy with herself, and her comments during the interview just served to highlight this internal conflict. In actuality, Sabalenka appears to have difficulty showing Coco Gauff whole respect. We may anticipate more emotional outbursts from her as their rivalry intensifies. It's becoming a show in and of itself to watch Sabalenka lose control, particularly against a rising star like Coco. Given Gauff's level of intensity, she might succeed once more. What Sabalenka will lose control over next is the true question, though. With her incredible performance, Coco Gauff has clearly set the standard for the remainder of the competition, making it clear that she is prepared to take on her fiercest opponent, Aryna Sabalenka. Gauff overcame a difficult defeat with incredible focus and tenacity, winning her match against Jasmine Paolini in straight sets. Her ability to control the rallies, dictate play, and maintain composure on the court are all obvious signs that she is here to win rather than just compete. Gauff has demonstrated her ability to bounce back from setbacks, modify her style of play, and step up when it counts most. However, Sabalina, who was before thought to be the tournament's frontrunner, appears to be facing more pressure. The tension around her is further highlighted by her coach's recent remarks that she is on a resurrection mission. However, it also seems like Sabalenka is beginning to feel frustrated and self-conscious. Her emotional outbursts, such as the one she experienced following her defeat to Gauff in the Australian Open final, reflect a deeper struggle to recognize the talent and resiliency of the young American. It's obvious that Sabalenka's team is attempting to promote a dominant narrative. But given that Coco Gauff is now firmly in charge of the rivalry, it's difficult to overlook the mounting tension and concern. Sabalenka is obviously worried as the stakes increase, and Gauff is in a position to take advantage of that. Given her recent performance, Coco is more than prepared to face Sabalenka once again. She has already demonstrated her ability to withstand pressure. Sabalenka has the most to prove this time. As we've seen, Coco is more than capable of reversing the situation when she's performing at her best. They will put their nerves, fortitude, and skill to the test in their upcoming match. One thing is clear, though, Coco Gauff is prepared. Tennis fans, what are your thoughts? Can Coco Gauff keep up her pace and defeat Sabalenka once more? Or do you believe Sabalenka will accept the challenge and demonstrate her continued dominance? Is there a possibility that Sabalenka's anxieties will overwhelm her given her displeasure and emotional outbursts, or will she turn that pressure into a commanding performance? What about Gauff? Will the weight of the rivalry begin to affect her, Or will she maintain her composure and build on the solid foundation she's already established? Tell us what you think. Who do you think will prevail in this titanic battle? As this battle intensifies only on Analytics, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and in-depth analysis.